Hello, this is Kara, and we're back with part 2 of glazing with AMACO Satin Matte glazes mixing. And so this is very nice and dry for my third coat of glaze. So I'm going to get that on there. And I did have a question that was posted. Rachel Smith asked about putting satin mattes on the inside of vessels like bowls, and some matte glazes would be very, very dry and you might not want to eat off of them. However, the AMACO satin mattes, as I said, they're more of a satin surface than a dry matte, and so they're more like a buttery texture. And very, very soft, very smooth, and not only are they perfectly suitable to eat off of, but I actually regularly eat off of, or drink out of, I should say, drink out of a mug that was glazed on the inside with satin matte, and I'll show you as soon as I get this on here. So there we go. That looks like it's enough to do another mug, so I'll do another mug later. So this, and you can tell because the inside is a little bit stained from tea, as happens with white glazes. This is completely glazed with Satin Matte SM11 white glaze, and then I painted on top of it with the Smugs, the semi-moist underglazes, which are the underglazes that come in a watercolor pan. And you've probably seen them at your local supplier. And if not, this is how I use them on the outside. So it was painted onto the raw unfired glaze. So I put 3 coats of Satin Matte 11 on here, inside and out, and you can see that it's nice and satiny. And then before firing, I just used the Smugs and painted on there. And I am planning on doing another live video on Smugs in this way, as well as under a glaze, which is how they're meant to be used. I'll be doing that in a couple of weeks. So that was just brushed on. It goes on just like a watercolor, and then fired to cone 6. This was fired to cone 6. And as you can see, the satin matte, because it is very stiff and doesn't run at all, the painting on it just stayed right where I put it. So I drink out of this regularly. It is my Monday morning mug, and have not had any problems with it. It is a nice surface on the skin, on your mouth, as well as to use with silverware, although it might mark if you're using knives on it, so it might be better for mugs or soup bowls. I just noticed a spot that I missed, so I'm getting that, and that's it. I think the only other thing, oh, I got a little bit of white that didn't get mixed in. The only other thing that I was going to do today is actually put some white glaze on the inside of this mug. So that is primarily it. As I said, the glazing, mixing the satin mattes and celadons, it works about the same using volumetric mixing. We do have a video on our website at amaco.com. It's in the resources area. If you go into resources and then do a search for mixing, you will see a section on volumetric mixing with the Celadon glazes. So that is pretty much all I have for today. If you have other questions, just drop them in the comments and I will answer them later on. And we'll have this fired, and I'll post this later on to show with the video. And that's all I've got for you guys today. So next week, I am going to do some Potter's Choice layering, and I think that we will show that ahead of time at some point this week. But we'll be doing some Potter's Choice layering, and it'll be on Tuesday. So if you have any questions, any comments, just drop them here in the video, and we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.